I'm sorry to hear you crying there, Jammies. But yeah, so I'm actually feeling a bit better today. I'm not as snuffly and awful as I've been feeling. So that's, you know, always good. But yeah, so we are back to Danganronpa today. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably grab that's good. So we don't waste any more time doing that. Awkwards. But yeah, so we already did one class trial. We should be going, well, from the sounds of it, we're probably going into a second one. If I didn't know any better, well, I can't even say if I knew any better because who knows? It's been so long since I read that walkthrough, that playthrough. Lord, literally like years. Hi Hector, how are you? Oh yeah, so, with that in mind, let's get this show on the road. Let's see if Danganronpa is actually up, I suppose. Alright. So, I'm going to load the file. There we go. Oh, is it going to be fussy today? Come on, Danganronpa. You got this. I believe in you. You gonna catch up? Gonna catch up with us, buddy? I love... Oh, that's so weird. Come on. I know you can do it. Come on. There we go. But yeah, if memory serves, we were called to the gym, so we're gonna head out of here. Hi. Oh, Kyoko, did you hear the announcement just now?
Indeed.
Yes. I don't want to go, but we don't have any other choice, right?
Right.
I can't imagine it's going to be good news, but it's not a good idea to defy him here and now.
Goodbye.
So I'm going on ahead. Good idea, good idea. I really can't do anything except what Monokuma tells me. Yeah, so we have to get out of here. I love a black screen. I know, right? Black screens are like top tier gaming. But yeah, no, I don't know what it is, but OBS in Danganronpa, it's like very sluggish. Like OBS is very sluggish to pick up Danganronpa. And I don't know why, because it's it's not a game. Yeah, no, because it is a game capture. So it's not even like I'm like trying to get it to like capture the window or anything like that. But yeah, it's just very bizarre. It's very bizarre. Asking us to gather together all of a sudden like this, what could he possibly want?
Well.
Indeed, what might await us this time? He keeps things interesting, that's for certain. How is that funny? Can't you smile like a normal person once in a while? Like how the housewife on a classic TV show smiles at the end of an episode.
What the heck?
There's something totally messed up with you if you can laugh at a time like this. Which of us is actually messed up,
Huh?
What's that supposed to mean? Nothing in particular, just admiring, that's all. I don't want to kill anyone, but I also don't want to stay here living in blind denial day after day. I was just thinking, I was just admiring how you could live like that and keep your sanity.
What is this?
I'm not in denial. That reminds me, remember how you kept talking about how the police or whoever would come help us? How'd that turn out? It seems to me there's no sign whatsoever of possible rescue.
Well...
You know, I'm quite surprised freedom isn't enough motivation for some people to kill. Well, it's because they're just kind of like, you know what? We've kind of accepted that this is where we're going to be. Therefore, that is where we are going to be.
Huh?
I wonder what actually happened.
Certainly.
It's strange, that's true. There's no way the police wouldn't know about it. We're right in the middle of a major urban area.
What?
The police suck. The one and only thing I agree with Hifumi on. On the contrary, the mastermind may be just that powerful to take control even of the police.
Could it be?
Oh, that might not be. Oh, this might not be related, but don't say it. Nope, gonna say it.
It's not like some
It's about
occult
last night. I was
mystery.
near the main hall just staring off into space. Why is the timer 1 hour off? What do you mean the timer? Oh, you mean the clock above my head? That is actually local time. So that is exactly what time it is for me. When all of a sudden, I heard it. You see, the police don't like this school and were bribed with a single cup of coffee to ignore it. True. You heard what? A sound that I don't really know what it was. What kind of sound? Well, like I said, I don't really know. But if I had to describe it,
Could it be?
it was like a construction site, I guess? A construction site?
You're serious.
I mean, I could just be making that up. I only just barely heard anything. Then you definitely made it up. Must have been the sound of the ocean in that head of yours. Say, what you talking about, Toko? Oh no. Brad Pitt was paid a single cup of coffee to play the Vanisher in Deadpool. Now I'm wondering. Oh, Monokuma, get out of here, sir. Leave us alone. He's arrived. What Hiro heard wasn't the sound of construction, but it could have been an explosion. Huh? Or maybe a machine gun. That can kind of sound like a construction in a way. What are you talking about? What? He is in 8 frames of the entire Deadpool movie. Amazing. Beyond this point, my mouth is zipped and my lips are sealed. I am fully puckered. It's a secret little secret.
And?
Fine, then let's move on to what you can tell us. Why did you call us here?
Say what?
You don't beat around the old bush, do you? Ready for me to get to the point, huh?
If you please.
But before that, you mind if I vent a little? I'm low on energy these days. My stitching's even losing all its shine and luster. I'm thinking it's probably because of this ho-hum boring old everyday life. I'm looking for something with a little more stimulation, something rife with danger and intrigue. All right, take care, Hector.
Yep.
Listen, can I just be frank?
Today,
The next Blacken hasn't shown up yet, and I'm getting bored.
Hey,
So, I've decided to come up with a new way to motivate you. I wonder if they remember who the astronaut executed before this was? What do you mean, the astronaut? Oh. Good question. Motivate? Is it another set of videos or something? Are you gonna show us some demented thing to try and drive us all to murder?
damn it.
Drive you to murder? What a mean thing to say. Just awful.
You hear me?
I don't know what you've got planned, but we're not going to kill each other anymore.
Got it.
No matter what you do, I swear to God, we won't. That's very big talk. Do your very best to back it up, okay? Oh, yeah. His talent was an ultimate astronaut. Huh. Good question. Now then, with your permission, let me begin. So this time, it's embarrassing memories and secrets. As long as you're alive, it's a given that there's things you don't want other people to know about you. So I did a little investigating of my own, and I dug up some of your darkest secrets.
And those embarrassing memories and secrets are all contained in the envelopes I have right here.
Let's see, can I get rid of Oh, yes. I'm gonna just steal
I'm going
that.
to hand them out now. So take a second to take a peek.
As Monokuma spoke, he tossed the envelopes at her feet. I quickly stashed the envelope with my name written on it. I nervously pulled out what was written inside. And my entire body suddenly went rigid. Sir, it can't be that bad. Yeah, it was not that bad. Makoto with the vet until he was in 5th grade, yeah. That... Oh no. Embarrassing, yes, but he's too ordinary to blackmail properly. Yeah! What? How? How'd you find out about this? Everyone started talking at once. You have 24 hours. If someone doesn't become blackened by then, all your deepest, darkest, most embarrassing secrets will be exposed to the world. Maybe I'll roll by a crowded intersection in a van strapped with loudspeakers and spill the beans.
Yeah!
Wouldn't that be so embarrassing? So that's what you meant by motivate. Yep, you got it. They're all pretty unpleasant, trust me. None of you want me to reveal that stuff, right? It's definitely something I'd rather people not know, but we'd never kill over something like that.
What?
What did you say?
Count on it.
He's right, your plan is doomed to fail. No one's gonna murder something for this kind of thing.
This is kind of
Oh,
depressing.
no. Is it because, for better or worse, your memory is still a way to connect to the outside world? I know what Toko's secret is, and the killer and the victims, and I'm wondering what Sayaka's was. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell me! Like, I know specifically why you mentioned Toko, to be fair. But we are trying to keep this spoiler-free, because I'm trying to play this as, you know, unaware as possible, I say, after having sucked up to Chihiro for an entire free time and failed. Which is why I put so much effort into preparing this next motive. Leon's secret was probably that he hates baseball, yeah. Man, you're saying you really won't kill each other over this stuff? That sucks. Well, what can you do? Okay, then in 24 hours I'll expose all your secrets just to make myself feel a little better.
Okay.
So sad, so depressed. Fare not well. With an almost convincing look of dejection on his face. I can read, I promise. Monokuma receded into the gym steps.
So,
I didn't know what to expect at first, but maybe we dodged a bullet on this one. I mean, yeah, having those secrets revealed is gonna be totally embarrassing, but that's seriously not enough to give someone a reason to kill, right?
Listen to me.
Good news, everyone, I have a brilliant idea.
You hear me?
Why don't we all just confess the secrets in those envelopes right here and now?
Without a doubt.
If we do that, any and all motive for murder will vanish. That's pretty smart, right?
Quiet down and listen.
Okay, so my embarrassing thing is... I don't want to hear your stupid story. What? Besides, I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to talk about mine.
as for me,
Neither do I. Not because it is unpleasant, but because it is impossible.
Oh?
Well, it's just human nature to want to hear when you say it's impossible. Come on, it'll be good for you. Absolutely not.
Come on.
It's
come
okay. Just a little bit. Come on, come on, come on.
honestly,
As I said...
on. Here we go.
Oh, sir, you're just being a weirdo now. I said I don't want to talk about it, you human. Oh my god. Taka's probably that he used to be a delinquent, probably. I agree with him. There's no need to discuss it. What do you think, Chihiro?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Chihiro, baby, no. Sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
so,
If you don't want to talk, you don't have to. I'm not super excited to talk about it either.
That's true.
If everyone's that much against it, even if my bro's the one that suggested it, I gotta say no. Well, that's okay then. Either way, if it's just a few secrets, I'm sure nobody's about to kill anybody over it. I hope you're right. A secret so bad you'd kill someone to keep it? Nobody's got something like that, right? Okay, I'll stop with all the secret talk, but
You hear me?
each of us has 24 hours to get ready. Having our secrets exposed isn't going to be fun, but it's not like we're going to die because of it. So, don't do anything hasty.
Well,
The way you keep repeating it kind of makes me worry even more. Oh, okay, sorry. I know it's gonna be tough, but... And thus it is officially night.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited.
I wonder what secrets Hifumi could possibly have, like, at all. Honestly, I don't want to know. I do not want to know what Hifumi's secrets are.
Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug bite.
Like, there's not enough money in the world to make me want to know what Hifumi's secrets are. Nighttime already, huh? Let's all call it a day. Something tells me he literally has none. I don't know, man. I don't know. Good idea. We need to prepare for tomorrow. I was left with an anxiety I just couldn't shake, but we left things as they were and left things as they lay. One by one, we headed back to our rooms. Secrets or memories you don't want anyone to know about. A way to connect to the outside world. Honestly, all that crap Monokuma was spouting didn't have any effect on me. There's no way anyone would kill over stuff like that. At least that's what I thought. Secretly hero is a fraud? You don't say. But maybe I was just being optimistic. Which is probably why, without too much of a struggle. Jeez, I'm more tired than usual. Super tired today. I fell asleep. But what I didn't know is that even then, a tragedy was taking place. Hey, do you have a second? I want to confide in you. It's about the prevailing world attitude right now. The difference between passive and active. I mean, for example, it's the difference between like, oops, I killed him, and yeah, that's right, I killed him. Amazingly, there are tons of people who don't understand the difference. Can you believe it? But there's a huge difference between oops and yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying, right? Anyone can kill someone in the heat of the moment, but surprisingly few can do it with calculated intent. To make that choice, then put it into action, it's way harder than just letting your emotions lead you. It's all about preparation, resolve. So maybe you're wondering, what's the point I'm trying to make?
Well, I'm not totally sure myself. Maybe you should try reading between the lines.
The difference between I never said we should kill him and I never said we should kill him. Morning. Good morning.
Good morning!
Nice reaction. I'm glad to see you didn't disappoint. What are you doing here?
Yep.
I wanted to spice things up, so instead of a school announcement, I decided to wake you up in person. The hell for? Because it's fun. And as long as I'm here, I figured I'd let you hear it right from the bear's mouth. Hear what? Are you sure you should be acting this laid back? I mean, even though something happened to one of your buddy classmates? What?
Say what?
Your face is all blue like someone on the verge of death. Ultimate lucky student, huh? Yeah. What happened? What are you talking about? That's for me to know and you to find out. Good luck! Something's happened to someone. Was it? No, it can't be. There's no way someone would. But what if? No, what ifs are pointless, especially now when the dining hall. I need to get to the dining hall. So it's the Makoto. Are you okay?
Hey.
Did Monokuma talk to you too? Hirohina, Sakura, and Aikuya. You're the only ones here? Where's everyone else? Either they're already off trying to verify what Monokuma said, or they've fallen victim to the something that Monokuma mentioned. The something?
Perhaps.
It can't be. Has it happened again? Murder? After hearing what Monokuma had to say, the worst possibility forced its way into my mind. It took everything I had to drive that thought away. So if something really did happen, does that mean someone did it because of what happened yesterday?
Huh?
It can't be. That stuff was just a bunch of old memories. Just old memories? Don't be so sure about that. Clearly someone felt it was more important than that. Huh? To judge someone else's values based on your own outlook. Do you realize how dangerous that is?
What the heck?
What? Why didn't you say something yesterday?
Naturally.
Did you already forget? This isn't a co-op game. It's every man for himself. What good does it do me to go out of my way to help you?
Just the worst.
Stop saying that already. There's something wrong with him for serious. Did he get brainwashed or something? I highly doubt. Oh, I honestly doubt Monokuma would tell people someone died because that defeats the whole purpose of his body discovery announcements. Yeah, but at the same time, though, he would absolutely, like, allude to it just to watch them suffer. As they, like, kind of turn over the what-ifs in their heads, you know? That's not important. What matters right now is that we find out what happened.
That's fine.
She's right. Let's all split up and begin looking. The game is afoot. It literally is a cooperative game. If you refuse to help with the trials, you will die. Yeah, but like, think of it kind of like Survivor or Big Brother, you know? Where like you need alliances, you need allies, but in the end, only one person can win, right? So think of the class trials as like the alliance, like the alliance formation of those games, and then kind of go from there. That's just bathrooms and stuff, laundry room. I'm just kind of nosing around because I'm pretty sure I know what's happened, but I just want to be sure that I'm not like completely losing my mind. What on earth? Lockers. One of them is unlocked, but I don't see anything inside. Huh. There's a massage chair. Maybe I'll use it once I get really tired. Oh, cool coin. Oh, these look comfy. This bathtub is large. But yeah, so like I don't fully disagree with him, but he also, I think, has like the wrong outlook on it, because he's completely ignoring that you do in fact have to cooperate at least somewhat. And that, you know, not making enemies is a good idea. Because, of course, like, the more enemies you make, the more likely you are to have someone, like, try to kill you. Now, obviously, if you come off too soft, then obviously that runs you into the wrong direction. You have to be a threat, but not too much of a threat. Just enough to, you know, make sure people don't try to kill you, you know, for one reason or another. But, like, tough enough to, like, you know, make it through. Byakuya needs to learn to not make so many enemies. He doesn't need to make friends, but he needs to stop making everyone hate him. Exactly. Because the more people hate him, the worse his game is going to go. It's a miracle Hifumi and he are not dead yet. Yeah, exactly. Both of them are very hated. The only reason they are not dead is probably just convenience. Or, like, people have determined that they are not easy targets, despite, you know, not wanting them around. Actually, no, I'm gonna check the rest of this floor. Kind of start at the other end, work our way down. Oh, that's... Okay, so we can... Oh, that's... Ooh, we could strafe. I hate that. Fumi probably has too much body fat to be shanked. Yeah, you'd have to... Yeah, in order to kill Hifumi, reality isn't everything. Well, that's an interesting board. Fascinating. Huh. But yeah, no. With Hifumi, you'd have to, like, bludgeon and poison him. Find, like, I don't know. Wow, right through him. That's not what I was... Yeah, there we go. There's nothing here of interest, don't you agree? You should go look somewhere else. Alright. Hey, there's nothing worthwhile over there. I've already checked, so there can be no mistake. About that. But yeah, no, honestly, the only thing that's keeping people from killing, Byakuya is that he's kind of smart, and they're probably hoping that he can be, like, not necessarily manipulated. The baby is sleeping, please be quiet. Not necessarily manipulated into doing their dirty work for them, but, like, easy to frame, I guess, is where I would put, Byakuya. Because he's so unpleasant and so very, like, oh yeah, no, I'm better than all of you. Like, you could probably find ways to convince people that it was him. And, like, not very difficult. The only way he'd probably, like, if someone tried to accuse him, the only way he'd get out of it is if there was, like, evidence that he didn't do it. Because he's so unpleasant, people would be very willing to blame him for anything. A flotation donut? I know how to swim, so I don't think I'll eat something like that. Amazing. Oh yeah, the swim gear. Alright, boys' room. Let's go. Huh? The door's open, but aren't they supposed to be locked? Oh no. Who found it? Us or them? Us or someone else?
For this investigation, I have unlocked the doors. Please
Yep.
look around to your heart's content.
Someone found it. Investigation.
It's all clear now.
Just as I thought. Byakuya.
I see.
Judging from what he just said, there can be no doubt a murder really has taken place. Come on. In the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. He was muttering as if talking only to himself. Without waiting for a reply, he pressed his hand against the girls' locker room door. And the door swung open without a sound. In that moment, time seemed to freeze. Bloodlust. Chihiro, no! My darling sweet pea, no! What? I don't know how long it took for me to fully comprehend the reality of what I was looking at. But as soon as I did, a wild, almost primeval scream escaped from my mouth. I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Byakuya, on the other hand.
Very strange.
Most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm, almost like he was watching this all unfold in front of his TV screen.
I see.
Look, Chihira's corpse has been suspended somehow, and something's been written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust? Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity. It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was still reeling, too confused to understand what he was trying to say. And before I could even begin to clear my head...
What the heck?
Hey, I heard screaming. Did something... Chihiro?
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
What the hell was that?
What?
Ah, that's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the body discovery announcement. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement placed to let everyone know. I imagine it so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement, then Chihiro really is...
Naturally.
Yeah, she's been crucified. Dead, yes. It's dead? Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. Taka bolted out of the locker room. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as if no time at all passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn.
I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. And...
What the?
What is this? What? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Shut up. Alright, so. Can I not pick her? Oh my god, I can't. No. Kyoko's there, but you can't talk to her because she's like too far over. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood.
So...
I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're all like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer?
What?
Genocide Jack. A murderous fiend whose grisly attacks are famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
What is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. The real... Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way. But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity.
Well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? In the Japanese version, their name is Genocide Jack. Oh my god, of course. Toko. Hino was pointed toward the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. What? Why? 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 There are things I wonder why the localizers changed. Yeah, I wonder if it's because like we have, you know, the legends and stories of like Jack the Ripper, so they're trying to make this particular serial killer a play on that, which is why I went to Genocide Jack instead. She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko? Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up.
oh.
Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood. So she is hemophobic? I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like, on purpose. So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. As if she'd heard her. Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. Huh? What? Yeah. Hemophobia is not necessarily passing out from it, but she probably could have a more severe, yeah. Sorry about that, I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine. What is that, a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top, inning, and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Toko, put your tongue in your mouth. No, everything's fine. At least the setter's all gone. That's a good thing, right?
I see.
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
So,
I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? Oh, she totally ignored me. Good. Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat
There is no
myself.
question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? That's another one of us. Another one of us killed. A fellow classmate? What, does that freak you out? You guys got no nuts. You know that. Oh my god. Oh my god, Monokuma, why are you like this? Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum.
It's the Monokuma file.
Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So, please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
no way!
Imagine one time he just forgot to give them the autopsy. Oh, that would be horrendous. Do you really do we really have to do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends? Having to suspect all our other friends?
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too.
Help me.
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey.
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid, a dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What?
What, do you want to die?
Such
Fine, then
ignorance.
go off and die somewhere right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space. A
Damn
dead
you.
body is an object.
Piece of shit.
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat you some into you.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko,
Because...
if we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
That's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
What?
Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey, hey.
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. If anyone in any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? Okay, yeah, see that? There we go. That's why no one's considered just poisoning the food and killing everyone.
So then,
Because eventually it would be just, you know, against the rules. That's totally how that works. Totally. In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
Hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting for you.
Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial. Plus, it also allows you to, like, kill your target and then kill your accomplice, which is probably more what he's introducing, that up to 2 people thing. Because, you know, 2 people can keep a secret if one of them is dead. So, I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then 1 more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch.
You need to shut up.
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are going to drop Toko off at her room. Nice! I'm going to get dropped.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Is that a
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. First of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 o'clock a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file number 2 has been added to the truth bullets. Hey Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you eat something from me?
Naturally.
Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. He's not inviting you. He's making you do all the work, yeah. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. Okay, so we don't get to have that as a truth bullet. Love that. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbell added to the truth bullets. Love that. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. Blunt force trauma is a terrible way to go. Yeah, but at least it was instant. Like, Chihiro at least went, like, quick instead of having to suffer. Honestly, for the best on that one. If you're gonna kill someone, at least make it quick. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but...
What?
But we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well.
I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you see that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. It takes a lot of energy to crucify someone, even a light person. Yeah, but if you use the rope, because she's crucified using rope, so basically if you use the what she's basically hung off of as like a way to help, you know, with like the energy transfer, it probably isn't as much energy as it looks, because it's not like you have to hold her in place and like nail her to something, fix her to something. Like, she's literally just tied there. So you get one arm up, tie it off, get the other one up, tension it, and you're done. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us, and instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However...
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added to the truth bullets. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. Yeah, she did mention becoming strong last night, yeah. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. You could tell when this was made, my gosh. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. Because of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Thank you, Mondo's account. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Sir, where are you taking us? The other one? So this is our next location. This place is related to the investigation. Makoto would be dumb enough to say that in front of Sakura. Yeah. Yeah. Although, to his credit, he did say most, but that's still... Sir. Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't. If you don't, right? Wow, thanks, sir. That's not even the scene of the crime, idiot. Oh my god. There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. You could at least try and figure out where we should check without my help. Oh my god, I wasn't even aiming for you. Flotation donut, I don't think that's related to what happened to Chihiro. Maybe this gun was used. No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
I could see Byakuya being the one to domesticate Monokuma. Oh my god. It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct? If there were some sort of terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Well, I'm going to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other words...
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such
It says lending, not stealing. Yeah. Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you, to add a little more excitement to things? You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things.
Yep.
Got it? Good. Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
Why you?
so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self. Amazing.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculty, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. Main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Hard reader has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Interesting. So yeah, there's mailboxes. We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should... So you borrow, quote-unquote borrow, an e-handbook from one of the dead students, use it to get into places you're not supposed to be able to get into. Yeah, I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks have been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbooks showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. Cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey.
Now I'm really angry!
Hey! That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Telling you the weakness would only make the trial easier is what he's implying, yeah. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh, not quite. Alright, sir. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely.
myself.
I have no doubt that Jack is the culprit. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. But what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Then show me. What do you mean?
Don't make me.
Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will prove all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Hey, you two! Big trouble, need your help!
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy, leave us alone.
'Cause
But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me.
Please.
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
'Cause
But it's an emergency! An emergency, what happened?
well,
Something's wrong with Toko, she's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that, though, for sure. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that would be the end of it.
yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. Oh, I guess... You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' soccer room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. The F word has been said 119 times in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, once in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, 118 times in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, the single movie? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What?
That's once almost every minute. My god.
Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. Ooh, what was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to burst down her door. You know, Toko should have some therapy. A lot of therapy, yes. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think that the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
but
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. Considering she mentioned letting out the murderous fiend, she probably killed her. Yeah, probably. After a few moments.
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're also annoying. She called him Bacula.
It's Byakuya.
Byakuya. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise.
What?
Oh. I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya and I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
If I remember, on the other side of the store, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
Now's not the time, Makoto. Interrogate it out of him later. The worst thing is that they don't say it, and like 3/4 of Deadpool's certified parts are just filled with it. Oh my god. That's wild. Oh, there's so many books and files. It's so much dust, too.
So in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? Okay. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
that's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. A movie is not rated R for language until they say it twice. The movie accomplishes this in the first 5 minutes. Oh my god. The movie is probably rated for the Honda Odyssey scene. Oh no, I don't even know what that is. And I don't think I want to know. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelves. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, and then I moved it there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Imagine if the investigations actually had a time limit you had to stick to. Oh my god, that would be horrendous. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's just, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I guess it goes to show just how much Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all of this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. I'm gonna be honest, I have a hard time taking this game seriously because I keep imagining other characters in this game and then just ruining the plot. Driving the bear insane. No, well, the only reason, well, the funny thing here is that all of the motives are plausible for all of this. Like, for as crazy as the premise is, the murders themselves are very grounded. Like, imagine Deadpool in this game. Oh my god, no. No, the only reason it works is because for as the guy who never shuts up and can't be killed. Oh my god, yeah. Or at least can't. Yeah, no, that would drive the bear insane. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? Well, what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents in more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, but not as dusty. In X-Men Origins Wolverine, they were so unfaithful to the comics that they sewed Deadpool's mouth shut. His mouth is his mouth is his one defining characteristic. Oh god. If you take the comics as canon, death literally would show up when Deadpool is close to death. Oh my god. Members of the Tagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. Honestly, the worst part is, like, he could be just completely just joking. And we would never know. Because it's just so plausible for both him and this world. Like, what would the bear do if death just appeared? Good question. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. Comics accurate Juggernaut looks really stupid. Oh no. You know what's really funny? Comic accurate Wolverine. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. He still looks stupid in X3, The Last Stand, but at least his face is visible. True. This is beyond believing or not believing. Comic accurate Wolverine was in the Deadpool movie. Yeah, I heard about that. Which is also the only reason why I know comic accurate Wolverine is about, I want to say a little shorter than me or something like that. A little taller than me, maybe? I forget. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. What always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. It wasn't even comic accurate. He's supposed to be 5'3", not 4'3". Did they make him 4'3" instead of 5'3"? Oh, that's even worse. Because they got it wrong, just in the wrong direction. Well, in the other wrong direction. Barstools are only 4 feet tall, and he was barely taller than... Oh, no. Man! Man! You try to go to comic accurate, and you still miss. Although, to be fair, they probably did that for the joke. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic, states that every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. Through Fortnite, Deadpool is canon into Batman. Disgusting. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words,
the culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. Okay, so I have a problem with his logic, and it's that with the case file here, anyone who has bothered to read it would be able to duplicate, would be able to perfectly copycat the Genocide Jack killings, right? Like, his logic is that it has to be the real one because it has the hallmarks. But the thing is, though, is that he's read the case files, so he knows what the hallmarks are. So he very well could have done it and made it look perfectly like Genocide Jack did it. Unless, of course, the case files don't have the exact nature and it just looks like it. But his butler did it.
in other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. The case file should also specifically mention how the victims are suspended. He is omitting that detail. Yes. Yes, he is omitting the specifics of how they are suspended by telling us that he's just summarizing it. So, again, he knows the contents of the file. He knows the specifics for how Genocide Jack operates. So, it's either the real Genocide Jack or him, since there's no cops here. By his own logic. But of course, he is leaving himself out because he is going to either try to convince us that it is not him, or it genuinely is not him, and therefore, you know, not for his consideration. Right? Among Us. Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us.
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? I might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. I don't think the body discovery announcements consider the murderer as one of the people to witness the body, and he was one of the three. Maybe, because we don't know who all found Sayaka. Because it was us and then two other people who found Sayaka's body. But I don't remember, but I don't remember if we saw who all was there because Makoto passed out. And we see everything from Makoto's point of view. Who would drive the bear more insane, Team 4-star Goku or Deadpool? Probably Deadpool, to be perfectly honest. There's even a surveillance camera here. Amazing. Let's see. The files, the cold cases. I just want to make sure. They reveal the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for commoner. Makoto is as tall as Wolverine. Oh my god. That's the report on the presidential assassinations. Oh yeah, the extension cord. Just want to make sure we got everything here. The lamp. Oh hey, we got a coin from the lamp this time. Beautiful. Alright, we're gonna have to like talk to him or just ditch. No, I wanted him. Wolverine's healing factor is almost as strong as Deadpool's, so he could kill the bear. Amazing. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Aha! Ta-da! The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, office worker 32, the murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex, suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. As with the other cases at the scene of the crime, the word bloodless was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made with every pair left at each murder scene, seeming to be of the same material and construction. Yeah, they're all men. Well, they all seem to be men. Because yeah, they all seem to be men, and they were all suspended with scissors, which Byakuya left out. Kanohara 32, Tetsuhiro Honda 17, Shoji Gaku 23, Kano Issei 14, Takeshi Yoshida 30, Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yudo Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodless was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Imagine Makoto trying to kill Bruce Banner and then the Hulk comes out. Oh god. Next page. Oh, poor Makoto. We're just traumatizing him. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for it. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
the key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
let's go.
All right. It'd be like that scene in the Avengers with Loki, but with a teddy bear. Oh god. Yeah. Just jump. Oh my god. Huh, where are we going? Why would the people continue to make the scissors for Genocide Jack? Like, sure, they don't want to be tracked down for that. Well, the thing is, though, is that, like, it kind of depends. Like, just because you make the scissors doesn't necessarily mean you're complicit. Are they stupid? Well, it depends. Are these actually custom-made scissors or are they mass-produced? Like, yes, they are iconic to the Genocide Jack killings, but are they, like, custom-made scissors? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Ah, wait, Byakuya. The scissors are custom-made according to the case files. As usual, well, it could also just be, like, a bunch of different makers. But then again, it's also the fact that they've gotten so many scissors made and they're all consistent is actually kind of impressive. Because imagine the material batch required to make that many scissors and have them all be consistently identical. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to
Come
play
on,
with
enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Probably a black market type thing since the Yakuza is a legally recognized business in Japan. Yeah. Well, goodbye. But just like that, he was gone. Oh yeah, no, and like in the US, if you make money off of criminal activity, you actually have to declare it to the IRS. You know, I figured out Bruce Wayne is Batman, even though Batman has a space station. Oh my god. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide check, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. To do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Superheroes keep their identity secret so they can't be sued for damages? Yes. Alright, where is everybody? Okay, cool. So we get to kind of see where people are. Okay, so there's no one here on the second floor. Well, outside. Let's see, there's no one in the gym. Let's see. So we have... Okay, so this is where we're going. Hina and Celeste are down on the first floor. Let's see, Taka and... Okay, so they're also on the first floor. Yeah, honestly, let's go down to the first floor, see what they're all about, and then come back up here. The Joker canonically is afraid of the IRS. Honestly, fair. Honestly, if given the chance, honestly, the Joker would probably be scared of the USPS too. Disney brought him back, so they're gonna make Jack Cuban do this until he's 90. No! Poor mans. But yeah, no. Like, the Joker is scared of the IRS for good reason. They took down Al Capone, after all. Let's see. Let's check that map again. Let's see. Warehouse and dining hall. So we'll go to the warehouse first. Interesting that this stair technically goes to... Well, that's interesting. Yeah, no, you would think the stair would go to the second floor, but it's closed off. Fascinating. One of the monitors. I wonder when that class trial is gonna start. My favorite part of Deadpool 3 was when Wolverine and Deadpool held hands while listening to Madonna to save the world. Oh my god. Towel jackets looks like they've put together a good collection of school equipment. Is this the fridge Sayaka mentioned? I don't see anything noteworthy here. The surveillance camera. The mastermind must be watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what's happened and they're still forcing us to go through with this. Well, yeah, because that's the point. Wolverine. There's all different kinds of food stacked up. I don't see anything noteworthy. I'm mostly just checking it out for, like, coins. We will treat you better. Oh my god. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. I don't see anything noteworthy. Yeah, that's fine. Hi, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing and has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something? Very well, I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro's in the warehouse. What, really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
If Evans isn't Deadpool's favorite Chris, why does he keep showing up in Ryan's movies?
Oh, you're right.
Oof.
Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
He was in Free Guy too. Good lord. Mary Poppins was the... Mary Poppins? Who is that? Also, what's the name of the, like, dog shark with the knife that I see go around every once in a while? She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Wow! So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer could have gotten rid of it somehow. Mary Poppins is Dogpool's secret identity. Huh. Fascinating. Ryan Reynolds is 40, the dude looks 25. Double track, it looks like they put together a good selection, yeah. Alright. Let's see what Hina's got to say. Hello, Hina, where are you? Please pop in. There you were. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimming and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. The best part is we could tell you lies about Deadpool and you would never be able to tell what is a lie. Yeah, because I don't keep up with Deadpool. I am done with superhero movies. Oh yeah, Deadpool canonically kills Ryan Reynolds. What? Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created: outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Aw, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. She didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Also, Peter was on Deadpool. Peter who? Parker? Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? Just Peter? Ryan Reynolds only plays Deadpool because Deadpool himself described himself as looking like Ryan Reynolds. Amazing. I doubt she talked to the boys all the time. I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? I mean, not really. Oh, wait, maybe she was just used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. No. Let's leave. Alright. Comics Doctor Strange is aware that Benedict Oh, what? Alright, so these... Okay, yeah, so they're on the way back to the stairs. You! Hi. Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Okay, we're just going to let him wallow in self-pity for a while.
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
What's up? X-Men The Last Stand Juggernaut only looks good for his iconic light. I'm the Juggernaut. Amazing. I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. Deadpool looked at Wolverine's abs multiple times. Fair. I hear they're magnificent. Let's see. No one is upstairs. No one's in the gym. Okay, so they're all in the pool. Yeah, I was gonna say, Fumi's out here. Hugh Jackman is 55, so he has 35 years left of being Howlett. Oh my god. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprits.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Alright, we're gonna check here first. Hifumi, you're useless. Agreed. Surveillance camera. Someone's using these cameras to watch people die. As much as it gets on my nerves, I better leave it alone. Huh, this poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Nice pool. He's more useless than... Oh my god. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Oh, the monitors. If I break it, Monokuma might come and punish me. Alright, so that's everything here, right? Yeah, that's everything. So we back out here. Hey, Nicepool has had gold-plated Desert Eagle arrowheads. I'm sorry, what? What? I'm so confused right now. So incredibly confused. Mondo? Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about... Oh yeah, that's right. We already got your... Okay, we got your account. We need Kiriko. Kyoko! Have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But...
so then,
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. That Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifixion position. Is that the extension cord? Huh? This rope has a plug. Aha! Thoroughly means a TSA pat down, Makoto. No! No! Yeah, it's the extension cord. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended in the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? I mean, it's not Genocide Jack. Or at least, not technically. Status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullets. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak, her body and her soul.
No
To target such a helpless being it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. We're the tailor from the TVA. From the what? I cannot forgive this. The word bloodless is written on the wall in blood, just like in all those other Genocide Jack cases. At every crime scene, the word bloodless is written in the victim's own blood. The tailor is a predator. Oh. Oh no. It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. But the posters have been switched? I wonder what made James finally decide to wear an honest-to-God costume instead of black leather or being shirtless. What? Wait, I'm so confused. Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Hey. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I've never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However...
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Wolverine's real name is James Hollett in the Fox X Men movies. They didn't have because it's unrealistic. Also, they gave the X-Men black leather because the Matrix did it. Amazing. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there was never a stain here to begin with? Disappearing stain has been added. Okay, so the carpets have been switched. The posters have been switched. Why? Well, I mean, we know why. We know why. It was the buller, always. So, welcome to the scene of the crime. There's a strange stain on the carpet. Wait, what is it? Yeah, he cleaned it. Well, no. So as much as we meme on the butler, we found the protein coffee stain right here. This is the carpet from the girls' locker room. This is their poster that has been swapped with the bloody one. It was Makoto in the ballroom with the crowbar. Always. Alright, that goes to the third floor. Okay. It's the protein coffee. It's the one that Sakura spilled. There's a thick layer of dust. Maybe some clinic food here. Guess not. Can I? Will this get me the lamp? Yeah. The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here, but last I saw it, it was definitely on. It was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here. Now, I wonder if library desk lamp has been added to the truth bullets. Genocide Jack case file would be in here. somewhere. Probably over here. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Yeah. Byakuya took that file with him.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Oh no. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. He's a lot less energetic about announcing the trials in this game than the next two. Yeah, that's because he announces the trials when he's, like, bored. Like, he's tired of waiting for us to investigate, and he's just like, ugh. Yeah, so we should probably get along with this. So, is everyone ready to what? Am I blind, or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here.
Huh?
And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding! I'm just kidding. How can I forget that little nutjob? The audience is bored and voted to start the trial, clearly. She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like that, and just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Vote kick! I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Repick! Woo, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. You ready? We doing this?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? I wonder what metal Monokuma is made out of, or the nature of his explosives. I would assume he's made out of metal. Just saying. His explosives probably C4. Among Us.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it exciting? Microwaves were invented as a humane way to defrost hamsters. What? Wait. I'm sorry. What? Why are we like this? Why are we defrosting hamsters? Batman could defeat Monokuma with his anti-explosive repellent. True. That's not a joke either. There's no, absolutely not. Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well?
Okay, then let's get the show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. Nah, you guys are messing with me. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. Tom Scott did a video on it. Lies. A deadly class trial. We are absolutely going to save. Alright. Set our skills. We should have skills set from last time, right? Yeah. Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Increase bullet capacity, effective during the bullet time battle. Cool. +4. Yeah, those are the only ones we have, because we've been losing access to people. The movie Logan is rated R solely because Deadpool was rated R? Amazing.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Look up Tom Scott's video. I promise this video about microwaves is interesting. I'm afraid, but okay.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Make your arguments.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
No. Oh, no. I should have just waited.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
No! I should have just waited.
It appears it was a head wound.
I was impatient.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of
I have to remember that these are
could it have been?
explicitly contradictions, not...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Yeah, like that.
Interesting.
Oh, it missed. Oh, you
It
can
certainly
miss.
would make for a powerful weapon.
I hate this. Okay. So the truth bullets have travel time. Okay, good to know.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
But yeah, we have to wait for
It
him to come
was
back
a head
around.
wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
Here we go. Imagine One Punch Man as class heroes
Can
in
we
this
agree
scenario.
that the
Monokuma
object that
finds
dealt
out
the
one
fatal
hero's
blow was
power
the
is
dumbbell
he wears its
found
wings
at the
off
scene
board.
of the crime?
This is why future games let you speed it up, I think. But also, yeah, I just toasted this one. We're not going to get as high of a score on this one.
It
which
was
is sad,
covered in
but
blood.
whatever.
And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
He's acting so nervous.
Chihiro's killer
Absolutely
is
not.
the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
No, it's either him or he's stupid. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. I found out how you can use math in a practical sense. IRL outside of school, you can use y equals mx plus b to calculate the slope of which your lives are going downhill. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh my god. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise doesn't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. I forget what I have it set to, actually. Can I pause and see? Genocide Jack case file. I'm going to assume it's gentle because we only get one. Or like gentle or kind.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure.
Oh wait, no, that's
Case
my noise.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why?
Oh.
What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive, one look at that and anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No!
Hey, so,
No!
speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
It's Hifumi, I think I'm 21% certain. Fair, fair. Hi, Man Mystery, how are you? And the worst part is, like, I got it.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
Case
come back.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm just going to
But
add time.
that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Come on.
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so,
No!
speaking of
I'm so
Genocide
mad.
Jack, I
It's
don't know who
literally
that
right.
is.
It's literally right there. Come on.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm
Fumi is
sure.
nowhere near strong enough to
Case
pick up
closed,
35-pound
as far as I'm
dumbbells.
concerned.
But that's impossible.
Come on.
Why? What makes it impossible?
I'm just like slowly
Well,
adding
I
time
mean,
back onto it
come
because
There's just no proof for it.
there we go. Finally.
No, that's wrong.
Finally, we let it through. Finally we get it through. Lord.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about
I like
the
how
Genocide
Makoto's
Jack
just
case.
like, Byakuya was definitely not with me. No way. I was alone and I found this in the library alone.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Yeah, says the guy who knows exactly why it's
More
there.
importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics.
Who do you
in
think it
every
is? I've seen
Genocide
someone
Jack
invest all the
case.
games, so I want to know who you think. Well, it's setting up Byakuya to be the person, but I think
The
that's a red
first
herring.
is that a bloody message is found written at the scene
Oh,
of
shush.
every murder.
It's also setting up probably Toko, to be perfectly honest. But because the killing wasn't actually done with the Genocide Jack scissors, and Chihiro, as far as we're aware, is not a boy, is not a man, is not a boy. It is probably not actually Genocide Jack, but someone who wants it to look like it, which is why Byakuya would be the logical alternative, because he knows everything there is about the Genocide Jack killings. My money is actually on it being Hero, the psychic, quote unquote psychic, just because he's acting weird,
Oh,
like weirder
that's
than normal.
right. Boob lust.
I don't think Byakuya would use such primitive measures like blunt force trauma. He would use something more refined, like a stab to the heart, clean and efficient. Yeah, but like he's also, but that's also like something he would expect. Like he doesn't seem the type to use like blunt force trauma, so that right there would throw people off the trail. Plus, he's, aside from the actual Genocide Jack, he's the only other person who would actually know anything about it. Well, there's a plot twist in this that will completely shock you then. No, actually not. So, full disclosure, back around when this came out, back during my undergrad, I actually read a Let's Play of the game. So technically speaking, we're not doing this completely sight unseen. It's just, it's been so long that I don't remember how it goes. But the specific twist that you're talking about, I actually do remember.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important,
Which
is
makes
the
this
other
one like extra
characteristic,
sad for me because
and it's
I
something
really
that
like
has never
Chihiro.
been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Man, no, the psychic and like there's quite a few people it could be. Byakuya, Toko. I'm still saying it's the psychic just because of like vibes. But the other characteristic of every genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the body. Yeah.
I got it! Apparently, in every genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
My personal favorite character is Gunhem Tanaka. He's in the second game. Yeah, I want to do the second and the third game. I don't know about the spin-offs, but I do want to do the second and the third at some point. Probably not right after this one, just because by the end, we're going to need something a little lighter if I can find one.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
False.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real genocide Jack.
After this game, obviously Bugsnax next. Oh my god, Jellies, you're just going to keep saying Bugsnax until I do it. Oh my god.
No fucking way!
You're just going to keep suggesting Bugsnax.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
Ha!
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
There we go! My favorite is also from the second game, Chiaki Nanami. Fair. It's peak, I don't know what to tell you. But it's also not a mystery game, Jellies.
You lie!
Also, that was completely... Oh no. The serial killer is Toko the one who was saying she's the serial killer? To be clear, I do it as a joke. You don't actually have to play it at all. Yeah, I know. I know you're messing.
Hey.
And I probably will actually play it at some point, like offline, like off stream. But
Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Bloodophobia!
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
it's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yes. That is precisely what's saying. Oh, you have to spell it. I can't figure out what they're trying to get me to spell. Yeah, no, she has dissociative identity disorder. But, like, I'm trying to figure out what possible word that could be. That has... Like, what? Because you take... Because she has this... What word is that? I am genuinely like, what? Okay, so blank blank HR blank blank. What word is that? No, because she has dissociative identity disorder. Okay. So obviously none of those words are the 6-letter word we're trying to make. So it's like, oh, I never would have, yeah, I never would have picked that because that's just not correct. Also, I never would have been able to spell it, so thank you. There you go.
Now I understand.
Yeah, I know. Cause
Is it
yeah.
because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Yeah, cause like, who's my personal favorite character? Unfortunately, they're dead. Cause my favorite's Chihiro. My second favorite is Kyoko. But yeah, no, coming from like a 2024 perspective, I never would have guessed Schizo. Like, not in a million years.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Yeah, Kyoko is amazing. Love her.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, plus like DID and schizophrenia are two completely separate things.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split, yeah.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual,
Yeah,
right?
this trial is a mess by 2024 standards.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's
I mean, it was a
corpse,
mess back
and
then too, but
when she woke up,
back when this came out, but by now we have learned better. Or at least I would like to hope we did. Yeah, she's just like, I'm fine. What was that on dead body hair you did? Yeah, Little Miss Giggles over here. Absolute mess. Yeah. She sounds completely different, such and so forth.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one
Maybe the dev
personality
had
that
black
can't handle
bolt.
blood,
No.
and one that obviously can.
No, this is just like one of those like prevailing like stereotypes for like multiple personalities, and stuff like that. So I mean, it could be black mold,
So when
which
Toko
I know that's
trapped
a
herself
meme
in
on
her room,
J.K. Rowling.
It's because she
but-
was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, no, it's one of those stereotypes that really should just go out to pasture and never come back again. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting
Bonfire
in.
the... What?
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What is that?
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
Autocorrect, what are you
I do
doing?
believe
Yeah,
you
I got
misunderstood
nothing.
her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
It is possible she does actually have
Last
schizophrenia,
night,
but that's
just
never stated in
before
any of the
Monokuma
games or
gave his
manga.
motive
This is
speech,
true.
Toko and I had a strange conversation. She
How
told
did you
me
get
a
Bonfire
most
from
interesting
No?
story.
Good question.
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at
Byakuya
any
is also a
time.
personal favorite of mine. The later game student
And that
villains are more
trepidation
crazy,
is
but
what's caused her
Byakuya
to
is just a
have
smug
such
guy, and I
bleak
like that.
attitude.
Yeah,
Isn't
no.
that right, Toko?
His biggest sin is that he's an asshole.
This is all a lie.
That's literally just his biggest sin.
Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh.
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
I find Byakuya
This
insufferable.
is the
I mean,
real
that's his
world,
entire
not
point.
some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
His biggest sin is that he's rich, actually.
Besides,
True!
You broke your
True!
promise first.
His second biggest sin is
You
that he's
said
an
that as
asshole.
long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
His biggest sin is that he's human? Nah. Nah. His biggest sin is that he's rich. Second biggest sin is that he's an ass. Third biggest sin is that he's an ass.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
Ooh.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Oh boy.
I hate you.
Fourth biggest sin is that he is a dollar store Hideo Kojima. Oh my
All that's
god.
left is to hear from the person
We
in
don't slander
question
Hideo
directly.
Kojima like this.
The person you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... But you have to pick 2 characters in this game to be your roommate. Which 2 people are you picking?
Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the heck?
Chihiro
Figured it out,
and
well, whatever. What are you gonna
probably
do?
Makoto, honestly.
I'm the
or
ultimate
Kyoko.
murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the
Amazing.
fuck is this?
Wood grain on those railings is terrible.
What happened to you?
I was going to say, one of these days you're going to notice wood grain in something I'm playing and then complain about it.
Personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Why the hell is serial homicider recognized talent? Because she's
Intense.
Like they
clearly.
say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has
If
a
you were
top and a
Danganronpa,
bottom,
what
or
ultimate
how
ability
in the
would I
depths of
have?
Every truth lives a little lie.
Uh,
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun.
honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. You try getting away with 3 murders? Exactly. And it was way more than 3.
Jill, can I ask you a question?
But clearly Hostik knew about it and knew it was her.
Some
Yeah,
of us think you
that's
might
fine.
be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
I would be the ultimate unlucky student.
You.
Yeah, what a
I am the
mood.
mastermind of all masterminds.
My ultimate would be annoying
Just
everyone.
kidding.
You don't annoy me, Wood.
It's not true.
So clearly it's not everyone.
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that
Yeah, no.
Glyphozoid?
I don't know.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
My god.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
But
It's
see-
a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
But see,
Just kidding again.
but see, Meatball doesn't annoy me either.
This should be enough
So-
to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
No,
There's
wrong.
clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
Ah, except there is.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us?
Why is her tongue so long?
If
I don't
someone didn't
know.
murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
And why are her teeth
If
so
a
sharp?
secret like that came to light,
Evil, probably.
Toko's life would have undoubtedly
Jez,
been
answer
forever
the
ruined.
tongue question. What?
So she had a
My
very
God,
clear
Wood,
motive
what?
to never have that side of
Meatball
herself
not annoying you is
exposed.
inherently a problem with how you function, unfortunately.
Very, very, very
What do you mean?
interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in
What
such
do you mean,
a bizarre
Jellies?
fashion.
Elaborates
Maybe
if you're going
so,
to
maybe
say
so, but
such
nevertheless,
things.
it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. I see no need. I see the need. I see that you need to elaborate, Skillies. Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we
No.
need?
I had that. I had it.
Give it up.
Game.
You killed her.
Game, I had that. Shush. I don't need the hints.
But I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Got it. You have to be very precise on some of these. My god. Disgusting.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Slight?
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Ta-da. See, that's it.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu.
Chihiro's
or
not the
Chef
murderer. He's
Boyardee.
just stupid.
This is
I
no
don't
creation of mine.
Let me
know.
rephrase that.
He
in a way
acts
that
weird, though.
maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. There you'll see,
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different.
Yep. They all got
In the
stabbed.
Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder,
This
if
series
the bloody
traumatized
message
me
is the
long ago.
total
You all
lead,
will suffer the same fate I did with
then
from
the
these three
arrangement of
games.
the body
Yeah.
would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
No, absolutely not.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yeah. It wasn't suspended in the correct manner. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. There you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
I can't be traumatized because my
Do
brain is
you
weird.
remember what the
I'm
killer
sure
used
there's
to suspend her?
something, unfortunately. But
They used some
yeah.
kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Yeah, she wasn't like
What is that
properly
point?
like crucified here.
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend
It's like
them.
Jack the Ripper killing killing young women and delicately
Specifically,
removing their organs.
Pairs of razor-sharp
No.
scissors.
Or like
And guess
like
what?
killing
I
them,
used my
but
own
like
specially
not
designed
even taking
scissors
the
for
organs.
murders and the
Straight up just
arrangements.
killing them.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Oh my
Listen up,
god.
Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
Sure, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
I like how.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Oh my god. There was a pattern surrounding the yeah. Yes, Henry Howard Holmes' hotel had secret rooms, but they weren't for murder. They were for hiding furniture he stole in tax fraud.
I got it!
Now I'm imagining Batman breaking through the ceiling, punching her in the face repeatedly.
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
Yeah, Batman would. Oh,
in all
you're
the
very
Genocide
stupid.
Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Men's. Ken Harada 32. Yeah, these are all men. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Batman isn't even the ultimate vigilante. No. That's the scary part.
What's wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
What?
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
My god. As awful as Genocide Jill is, the writing, impeccable. Punisher would nuke this place with
We
that.
get it. You've clearly explained your hobby
I mean,
and your
I would
philosophy.
assume that's what you would use to nuke
But
things.
that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I
Perfect
did
writing.
survive, why would I bother with the
Well,
message and arrangement?
For the dialogue,
It
yes,
makes me
but
the
just
obvious
in general,
suspect.
not.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I
Like
have
all the
for kills,
comparisons to
I would
food?
never
Perfect.
leave out my prized scissors.
Yeah. Insulting
Who would go out of their way to
Ayakuya
use a
like
big,
that?
stupid, heavy
Perfect. Everything
dumbbell?
else about
Maybe
Toko
you used the
and
dumbbell
Genocide
'cause
Jill,
you
awful.
couldn't find any
I wouldn't
scissors in
he
the
wouldn't use an
school.
A-bomb, he would bomb it into the ground
Any scissors?
with TNT.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
And she, of course, has 4 on her at the moment.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I
Amazing.
resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
John
Go ahead,
Cena
tell me
face.
I'm
Oh
wrong,
my
you
god.
Can you gutter dogs, all of you?
My god.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Of all the, you know what?
I
That's
have no idea what's
Yeah,
going on
that's-
anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
I don't remember where it's explained how she has them there, but she does have a
Figured it had
unique
to be
way.
the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Oh god, I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Where is he?
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
And he's just
Are you
silent.
saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
See, that's
Oh,
what.
He rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it.
See,
The
that's
colorful glasses man was behind it.
what it
all
wants us to think, but I don't think that's right.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I don't think he did it.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
When you stopped coming to the breakfasts, technically.
Looking back and thinking about it now,
When you wanted
the way
Makoto
you
to
were
pal around.
acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Oh yeah, he actually went to breakfast. When you were bored. Oh, and the locker rooms are suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Wait. He found the body first and then was leading us to it.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should
Yeah, but
check
you
the
didn't know
girls'
that.
locker
Her
room.
name being Jack is the reference. Yeah.
Nothing strange about
I
that.
I
I'd
am not
say.
surprised in the slightest.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Yeah, how would you know it was Chihiro?
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead.
His logic
Share
is
with the
falling
rest
apart,
of the
which
class.
is strange for him. Yeah. How would he know that the victim was Chihiro if he didn't know it was Chihiro? Right? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Her tongue is 13 inches long. What? Well, how long is the average... This is going to be a stupid question. Or strange question. But how long is the average human tongue? Then you'll memorize that weak spot? This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer or a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. And when's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh yeah, because this is the flashback tutorial, so it makes sense. 3 inches. What on earth? Why is it 13?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Average
If he
is
was
13.
acting weird.
What? If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it.
Stop being a
That's
weirdo.
natural reaction for any guy.
Well, no, but
The
we had no
victim
reason to
was
do it.
Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls'
Okay,
locker
so
room first.
we
There
steal-
was no time for pointless distractions.
So we steal the
What's
first
so
and shoot it
strange
into the
about
second. Yeah, come on.
you wish you'd taken me with you.
So we steal the first and shoot it into the second because it's before. Yeah, hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Yeah.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Oh, that's slick. Oh, that's cool.
If he was acting weird.
Oh, that's cool.
If you're presented
Come on.
with the opportunity to check
Come
out
on.
the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it.
Oh, shut up,
That's a
Fufumi.
natural reaction for any guy.
Shut up,
The
Fufumi.
victim was Chihiro, who was...
No, that's wrong.
He wouldn't know it was Chihiro with unless he found the body first and led us to it,
I'll tell you
or if
what's
he
so
killed
strange
Chihiro.
about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There
There
is.
is.
I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Okay. Library desk lamp. Okay, okay. Because everything is making it look like it's... Is it actually him, though?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go.
That's wrong.
Got him. First try.
Actually, I'm pretty sure
I must
you
be
have
unkind
seen it
then.
before.
Because we are actually getting white
Because
noise.
you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Got him.
An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
Oh no.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide
The wiki
Jack
isn't
was
helping though.
behind
My
it.
ass can't
Is
be
that
bothered to read the
about
whole
right?
article, so maybe I was wrong about how she hides the scissors. Maybe. I don't know. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Or maybe it's
I
Mondo.
don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
There's someone...
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second?
Yeah, no, there's someone...
I think we need to talk
Yeah, no,
about
there's
this
someone
a little
setting
more.
Byakuya to look
Do we really
bad.
need to?
Which, I
We've
mean,
already
he does
decided
it
who
mostly
did it.
himself, but...
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
I think it was double
Specifically,
disguised.
I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept that Byakuya said what Byakuya said is truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something wrong
I got it!
with the scene of the crime.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead
was
in the
perfect.
girls' locker
Oh my
room.
God.
There is absolutely no question about that.
Well, yes.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Things have been swapped.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
I love how confused he looks.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else?
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I like that the pause for the internal monologue is like acknowledged by everyone else. There was something that's been switched, yeah. So here, we'll do this one for sure.
The proof that she was killed
the
somewhere
disappearing
else
stain
is
isn't really
the poster that's
solid.
hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Lesbians Herald.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So
Silence.
you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
We don't judge
You're referring to my
exactly.
protein
It's
coffee, aren't you?
2024. We don't judge anymore.
Protein.
Back when this game came out, absolutely,
While
I
was
could
in the
absolutely
girls'
see the
locker room
judgments.
earlier,
But like now,
I spilled some protein coffee on the
like
carpet.
there are many ways in which this game did
But I
not age
noticed
well.
that after the murder,
But
the
like,
stain had
there's
been
a lot
totally
where
scrubbed
it's
away.
still kind of a classic. You didn't notice a thing, Makoto. You were told it. Well, no, he noticed the posters. Could you possibly be more? Wait, what?
Shoot!
Heck. There we go. No. He didn't notice the stain on the carpet. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Because I missed what they were saying. There we go.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
Thank you for saving me,
In
Starlight.
fact,
I
I found it on
appreciate
the
that.
boys' locker room carpet.
That's
I wasn't paying
definitely the
attention and
stain
that was
from my
entirely on
protein
me.
Coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get
This
into
is
the
true.
locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Yeah, no, she could have. She could have taken Leon's now broken e-handbook. Yeah, the broken e-handbook, yeah.
Is it really possible?
My god, the music in this game is like so
into
good.
the boys' locker room somehow.
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Theoretically, yeah, but Leon's is broken, so yeah. So that
it
last
really
statement is the
possible?
contradiction.
Could
Now would be a good
Chihiro
time for
really have gotten into the
Kyoko
boys' locker
Kirigiri
room
to speak
somehow?
up, considering she's the one who noticed it and told Makoto.
She must have hacked her
Yeah.
e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it.
And the thing is that Makoto still didn't do the TSA pet though.
Huh?
Didn't need to be fair.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, we did not get a good score on this one, I can tell you that right now.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
This is true.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Thank goodness that Phoenix Wright judge isn't here for this part. Yeah.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
What computer?
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then,
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, she's the ultimate programmer.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Oh yeah, Hifumi said he found something suspicious out. He has
There's
said
still
literally one
other
sentence,
way
yeah.
she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Just walk in.
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then.
Something tells me Hifumi would probably have figured out what's going on with
Now then,
Chihiro.
what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations.
Oh, the
So,
sarcasm!
shall we go?
Oh my god, it's beautiful. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Want us to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully.
Oh,
Like-
shut it.
No way!
Okay.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
You can totally tell when this
you're
game
a
was made.
girl.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just
I mean,
let
they're-
one of the boys do it.
They're all technically the same
No,
age.
it's okay. I think
Cheryl-
Chihiro would rather have a girl examine
They're
her.
all high school students. They're all
So
the same
just
age.
leave
Oh,
this to
actually,
me.
no. No, I take that back. Except, no.
Sakura.
So, the only one
is
who's
this,
not the
some
same
kind of
age as all of
secret
them
girl-on-girl
is,
action? Is
Hero.
that what you two are about?
And he also refused to touch her. So,
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
yeah. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body?
Yeah.
I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy.
Ah, I see. So she
Yeah, this is one of the
actually a he.
This is one of the aspects that has not aged well.
Interesting.
I wonder what the
Thank you
scars
for
Sakura
confirming
has,
this
considering
fact.
martial arts are about hand-to-hand or foot-to-foot combat. Well, no, there's some that use
You're
weapons.
joking, right?
Steve.
I wouldn't joke about this.
So it's... So I do wonder what kind of martial arts Sakura
Really
does.
true? Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Of course you would not.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser?
Yeah, no, this one particular trial is what showcases all of the all of the
Kyoko wanted
things
to show
that we
everyone, huh?
really moved past since this game came out, or at least mostly moved past, because like it still causes arguments whether Chihiro was trans or not.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back
And then
to
of
the
course
trial.
everything with Toko is just a mess. That one we still haven't really moved
I
past.
do apologize for keeping you
You
waiting.
think I don't have cameras
Now
in the
then,
showers?
Let's
Exactly.
resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
The thought had never crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender
But
as
he doesn't
male,
have cameras
then
in the
yes,
showers.
that would
He
be
said
true.
that. He said himself.
Of
Well,
course
yeah,
his handbook said he was a boy. He
It's hard to tell exactly how much you should actually believe Monokuma, but no. Oh yeah, true. He doesn't care what they do in the showers. This is true. Yeah. He basically just cares what they do everywhere else. Plus, I have a feeling if the doors are open for the bathrooms, you can actually see in from those cameras. Like the cameras in the rest of the room, so he doesn't actually need a camera in there if he really wants to look. That's sad. He probably knew, like, back when he kidnapped everyone.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Yeah, I'm sure you could
So
tell,
now
Byakuya.
everything
I'm
has
sure
been
you could tell.
connected. All the mysteries have finally
If you can tell,
Okay,
well, if you can't tell,
connected
that
or
is like
clear or
as much
whatever.
sarcasm as
We
I could
still
drip
think
off of
you're
that.
the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I mean, them disrespecting
Well,
Chihiro's
without a
identity and
doubt,
threaten to
Byakuya is the
reveal
one
it
that
would
made
absolutely
Chihiro's
cause them
death
to
look like Genocide
exactly.
Jack did it.
Oh yeah,
But-
no. That's
I-
just yeah, no, that makes perfect
I think
sense.
he might not actually be the killer after all.
I have a feeling someone killed
But aren't you
killed her
the one
for-
who accused him in the first
for
place?
this, to be perfectly honest.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying a solving a
I
mystery.
mean,
The way he's
Byakuya
acting,
could
it makes
absolutely
it
do
seem
it.
like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Yeah, but I feel like he would do that
And
even
you
if he
think
had
that
done
might
it.
be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I
Yeah.
put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use
Yeah.
the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Yeah, it feels too perfect for it to
At
actually be
least-
Byakuya.
That's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, It seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but
I'll take it.
fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
She's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
What?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
I love how he just refuses to
very
swear.
hard to believe.
Sir, you should have just said it.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
I don't know how, but you used the wrong formula to get the right answer, Makoto.
Uncovering the
Gold
culprit
star.
is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course
Nope.
I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway,
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account, thank you.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Ayo,
I
let's
believe
go.
someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh,
Yeah, really.
But I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making
Lord.
such ugly noises.
Lord.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm in kind of a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You
Do
know
we?
who the killer is.
We do.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Mondo's hairstyle is stupid. No, Mondo is wearing a.
As was
I wanna say it's a
noted,
pompadour.
the evidence is already gone.
And for whatever
There's
reason,
nothing
that's
to get fingerprints from.
like depending on like.
Maybe, but we
He
can make
looks like
certain
a piece of
inferences if we
No,
just take the time to
it's
talk
supposed
it
to
out.
be a pompadour, I think, which for whatever
think
reason
you
is
said.
associated with like
But fine.
Japanese biker gangs
Celeste,
to a certain degree.
did you notice anything special
So,
about the bag?
because I've
or
seen
jacket?
that before
The bag
in like
was
video games and stuff.
Just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All
So
the bags in there
like
are
it
the
must be
same,
like a
so
stereotype of some
I
kind for
can't
some reason,
imagine
and I
what
don't
would
know
make
why.
that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the
School starts
culprit
tomorrow.
and Chihiro's jacket?
My condolences. I thought a pompadour had to have a curl up at the end.
Let's
This doesn't
explore
have that.
and
I don't
talk a
know.
bit
I'd
more
have to
about the
look.
jacket he took.
The dumbest Phoenix Strike killer could have gotten away with a crime here. Yeah. This Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clues about the killer. Somehow it's really hard to believe. Meg, your argument. Celeste's account. Okay, let's go.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Yes.
He was on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
What he just said right now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Wait.
He was on his way to go exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific
So
tracksuit?
the blue one, so it's blue from...
He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh.
My tracksuit is black.
No! No. Shush. No. Because Celeste didn't
First of
mention
all,
what color it
we
was.
know where Chihiro was headed.
Ah! Haha!
He was on his way to go
Mondo,
exercise.
my
So
dude.
next we have to ask,
Mondo, no.
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific
How do we know?
tracksuit?
Because Celeste said that
He picked
Chihiro...
that tracksuit because it
was-
matched the one the culprit was wearing.
This is why.
So, what you're
We're
saying
just kind of
is,
assuming that they
the killer was
were
wearing
doing...
the same blue tracksuit as him?
They were doing matching. I know why you did it. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Chihiro personally.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
What'd I say?
Yeah.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
How did you know what color it was? I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume headed off to exercise. Yeah, didn't testify to a
she never
color.
said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
Yep.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Well, because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, no one found that duffel
can't be
bag.
it.
No one found that
The
tracksuit.
bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died.
Cherry.
That's the only
Oh my
possibility.
god.
Cherry. Are you talking about Chihiro?
Just like Jill just talking in
Did you see the
food.
tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance.
Yeah.
I just happened to see it
Taka's
last
going to
night.
be a mess.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it, yeah.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Taka's gonna be heartbroken.
If you just ran
His
into
bro
him briefly, you
killed
couldn't
Chihiro.
possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
Yeah, but
Focus
you know.
on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
It worked, didn't it?
Now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
I mean, it
That's why
worked.
you said you knew
Can you
who
guess
did it,
who's the handbook
to put them
broken
on
how?
edge.
Something
That's
tells
right.
me it was probably
However,
Mondo's. How?
Mondo was my target all
hard
along.
to say.
I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off.
Yeah, I think that was it, yeah.
Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Oh, yeah. Mondo
You only
called...
call guys dude.
Yeah, he
For
called
girls,
Chihiro a
it's
dude.
chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Electronics heat, that's
Once I
why
picked
the
up on
batteries
that,
are
it
inefficient at the
occurred to me
extremes
that
of their
Mondo knew
usage.
something we didn't.
Oh, did Mondo's break from the... From the sauna challenge?
She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly
Oh.
as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really
Wait, is he
you?
wandering around
Did
with
you
Leon's
really
then?
kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Oh, Taka, I'm
It's
so
true.
sorry.
My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh, shut up, Hifumi,
Oh, yeah,
please.
that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Come on,
Jeez, does
Hifumi,
your
tell
confidence
us.
Just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Yeah.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? And it must belong to... Because we never found Chihiro's, right? Because Mondo's, I think, is up in the... I believe Mondo's is the broken one. So I think it's Chihiro's.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
The only thing worse than humanity is tricky. Yeah.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Out in the hall is probably Mondo's, and then if Mondo figured out how his broke, he could have done the same thing with Chihiro's.
I got it. You
I think
already
Mondo
told
broke
us
Chihiro's
before
handbook
that
to
the
protect
handbook
their
has
secret,
one
but it
weak
was all
point,
for naught,
didn't
yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, we do.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
No,
I think it's
we
a
can...
necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
So the
I
sauna.
flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook
Taco
in the
over here
sauna,
going, I learned something new today.
then the killer
Sir.
must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said
I'm
he didn't
actually
tell
impressed that
anyone,
Taka's is still working. Although,
Indeed.
Taka would be definitely be smart enough to leave that thing
What
outside.
if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out
Mondo
why.
didn't take his clothes off, and oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
once
that would
they
do it.
had Chihiro's handbook,
It was probably
they
in
knew
Mondo's
they had
pocket,
an
yeah.
easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Or at least not.
I might know someone who did.
Makoto, like,
Seriously?
I know who this
The one
idiot
who may have
is.
taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Oh, poor Taka. Taka realized. No! It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was. Poor
Here's my
Taka.
answer.
Taka realized. Oh,
Mondo,
no.
your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
I feel so bad.
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
I feel so bad.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too
It
long
was
ago.
sick.
Remember?
Marizado.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little
Put the
did he
towel
realize,
over his hair.
he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, then that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be...
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh no. I hit the wrong button.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
You know, which one is that? Yeah, so... the one that Mondo has must actually be Chihiro's.
Let's test
no?
Makoto's assertion.
No.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
I want to try
if
sending
Mondo's
Chihiro's handbook
is
into
actually
mine is
broken,
working.
then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Shoot!
No.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo,
The card reader
you
is
broke your
useless.
own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that
Yeah.
what Makoto
I mean, there
said
is a
right.
confirmed broken
Well,
handbook.
my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Yeah, there we go.
No!
Yeah, if it was... Because the card reader was just completely non-existent.
Mondo,
So.
the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
Oh yeah, if it's not Leon's, it has to be his.
Isn't that one actually yours?
Oh yeah, no, if it's
What
Leon's...
the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, he
What
has to
I
have
mean
Leon's.
is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that
Because
actually works.
Leon's has no reason to be broken.
I think he took
Yeah.
Leon's handbook and replaced it with his
There we
own.
go.
After all, Monokuma said himself that
The brain
Leon's
fart is
handbook
real.
never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Hina, please.
Well,
We've already discussed
Here's
that.
how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
And also, Leon could not have
Kind of a
consented to the
gray area,
loan.
I admit. But
So,
no worries.
it's
if anything, it just
stealing
makes
at
things more
best.
interesting. As
Borrowing
such,
at worst.
I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm
But,
happy to admit I made a
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong!
Oh, Taka.
Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
You going into the comic strip? Closing argument? Yeah! Alright, so Chihiro is in the warehouse, getting the tracksuits and all that. Celeste catches. Ba, 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 ba. Shenanigan. Yeah, just make sure. I feel worse for Mondo than Taka. Chihiro stuffs it in the bag. Ow, it's gone. Here. Swipe in. Which locker room did Chihiro go in? Here. Write that down. There's something everyone has that you need to get into locker rooms. Which locker room did Chihiro go in? Bam. Let's see. Meeting up with a friend. Weapon the killer used was... could be this one, actually. Okay, ba ba. Yeah, so they're lifting weights. Ba 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 ba. Here. Chihiro's dead. Roll up the rug. Killer. Let's see. As well as the posters. Oh, there it is. Oh. This one comes this way. Goes here. So that's putting it up. And then this one's taking it down, probably. And then he comes in. So he comes in like this, and my god, this man's... where did the killer go? Yeah, this should be it. I feel bad for Chorizo. Oh my god. Taka is just an unfortunate victim here. Yeah. Alright, so let's just make sure we have this right? So Chihiro's in the warehouse getting the tracksuit. Celeste catches her. Hi. Hey, what's this? Oh, nothing. Bye. Gotta go. Rolls up here. Goes inside. Goes in the men's locker room. Hey, person. Chihiro's doing the thing. Picks up the weapon. Bludgeons Chihiro. Drops it. Blood transfer, right? Kinda weird they give you 20 minutes for this. Well, also keep in mind that, like, I have a lot of practice with these, like, mysteries, so, like, I'm probably better at this than the average player. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the best or even one of the really good ones, but, like, I would say I'm, like, slightly above average at this kind of game. Alright, broski. Murders Chihiro. Rolls up rug. Takes down poster. Moves everything over. Puts up new poster after rolling out rug. Chihiro has been officially moved. This asshole rolls in with the extension cord. Ties up Chihiro. Puts up the message to make things interesting, I guess? What? He has a death wish? I don't know. Killer, while this is happening, Killer takes the e-handbook to the sauna, throws it in, turns up the heat, and off it goes. And it dies.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the
I wonder what happens if you get any of these wrong. Does it not let you go to the reenactment?
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Or does it like take you into here and then kick you out?
She was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yes, go Makoto.
That something was a
Gender
blue
her
tracksuit.
correctly. Love this.
You can confirm
Chef's
this,
kiss.
right, Celeste?
Bye.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl,
Yeah.
Simple, because she, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain
Oh, never mind.
entrance
I
to
take
the
back what
boys'
I said.
locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
I need to rearrange. No. Fine. Straight to Twitter jail. Kind of weird. Oh, because it's the rug in the poster. There we go.
Here's exactly what happened. And attacked him. And
There we
that's
go.
where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came
Yeah, I was
from.
wondering what that was. Well, not straight, but to Twitter jail.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room.
Imagine,
in
like,
what you might call
moving all of that gym
a crime
equipment
scene switch.
before Mayaka finds everything.
That could have been the end of things, but no.
Like, you found everything? Oh my god,
Byakuya
sir.
discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
What a menace. This man's death wish.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Also, how did he find the crime scene? That's what I want to know.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at
Does
the
he
scene
want
of the
to
crime.
get everyone killed? Apparently, yes,
He wanted to
including
create
himself.
the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, The killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Complete. Yeah, we won't have, like, anything close to a perfect score for this trial, but we did pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah. What? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
I'm so sorry, Taco. Evidence that Mondo is the killer, that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Oh my god, yes. Please tell me. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the right shoulder button, fever time will activate and tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push AY, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Starting from this moment on, it's all completely new for you playing it? Oh no, of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you- oh. Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. Oh no. I'm sure nothing would happen, I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use it. And we're set to kind, I think. Because we actually still get white noise. So this is going to be suffering.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
I hate this.
False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
That was a mess.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
That was it's kind of weird. Deadpool only ever sees 2 X-Men at the X-Mansion. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford
Thinking so far is right.
Oh, that's painful. You actually have to
Mondo
know
must
the
have
rhythm
replaced
from
his
the
broken
song.
handbook
Oh.
with Leon's.
Oh, disgusting.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
And he owns up to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Come on, explain yourself. Oh! Okay, I'll take the A. Oh, okay. It gets worse in 2 and 3, don't worry. Great. Okay, I guess I'll take the A. I don't feel like I deserve that, but you know what, I'll take it.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
The only 2 X-Men in Deadpool besides Wolverine are Colossus and Negasonic Teenage. Longest name ever. Oh my god.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Freezing.
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I will say Mondo's death is actually pretty sick. If it's the one I believe it is. This is really... Jez. What? Why are you like this? Why?
What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada. To be allowed to change her power set, Fox had to give Marvel Ego the living planet, as he considered a fantastic formula. Oh my god. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. Now she actually explodes since... Oh my god. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
What? Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Absolutely not. We want to hear this. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, but no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. Until the victim of bullying comes out as trans, then they do a complete 180, yeah. Yep. And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at all.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. My god. The possibility of having your embarrassing secrets...
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble, but the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. I'm curious how the mastermind figured this all out, especially Chihiro's probably... Good question. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. So 2 people in the Don't Murder People group are murders. Yeah. Kid's gonna take over for... created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Oh no. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on that night, and on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... No, one of them was a murderer, the other time it was vehicle. It wasn't even on purpose, too, it was an accident. Laying on in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I messed up, sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. I mean... but he still killed Chihiro. And at that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. He got 2 people killed over his ego, yeah. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and it just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. For killing Chihiro, I'd argue that Mondo is better off dead. Yeah. I'm sorry, I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. I didn't say... Why did you say butter? I feel like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what, you're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really
What?
am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him.
What? What?
In 2024, Chihiro's secret is almost given for programmers. Even has the tall socks.
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I
just
wanted to...
really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a
Stronger
bitch.
than Daya. Oh no. Chihiro's not a furry, so it's not exactly all programmers. Not even most. Just many. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
See, this is why I don't feel bad for Mondo. Just in general. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. It was an act of blind rage. Yeah, no. It's like, sir, just calm down. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. Blind rage and jealousy. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. Just shut up. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well,
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
It probably would have been wiser for Chihiro to go to Taka first, as Taka was friends with Mondo and could have helped him. Yeah. But then that would have been more people who knew the secret. And I can understand why Chihiro wouldn't want to kind of spread it around. But yeah, no. It would have been better to just go to one and then the two of them go. Because then they all would have worked out together. I feel like Taka would have been fine with that. Just the three of them. Taka is the ultimate moral compass when gossip about it, yeah. Exactly. The cage of death. My god. Oh, it's one of those orbs. Those, cage orb things for motorcycle stunts. You misspelled Ultimate Square. Look. Oh my god, Monokuma. Did it need to be electrified, Monokuma? I feel like that didn't actually do anything to it. Oh no, I take it back. It disintegrated Mondo to just dust, I guess? Oh god. They turned him into butter. Oh. Huh. Yeah, no Starlight. I actually don't know that one. Like, at all. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Huh. I feel like I might be going mad. Even the butter part is based off that proverb. Yeah, I don't even begin to know. His bones, muscles, and skin were liquefied, and then turned to butter. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. Is this the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is
You're
this?
completely insane. You know that a game, one of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. Yeah, that's exactly why I thought he did it too. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please, continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But
damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Not as smart as I originally thought. No, he's dumber than a sack of bricks. Of course, Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that... Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh,
The noble
how
son of a noble family.
exciting.
Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand? Oh my god.
My family.
In the name of the Tagami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
Getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Oh my god. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
The 15th student. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but...
Yeah.
Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Okay, so there's a plant. Yeah, no. Like, why me? It wasn't... Yeah. It's Deadpool. And then there were 10-ish. 10-ish. What a way. You know what? This is actually... Priscilla. Received the crazy diamond present. And it's Mondo's jacket. Of course. Of course it hands us... Wade hates killing children. True. Sniff. Sniff, sniff.
I know I shouldn't cry, but...
It's Wolverine.
I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon, it's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that,
Hina.
I might decide to.
Come on, Hina, talk faster. Thank you. Donuts. I need to eat some donuts that'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas. Deadpool acts like a child, but Wolverine is tall enough to be...
Okay.
Oh god of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. Sniff, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary. Wait.
Huh? But...
I'm super scared, but... Also, where are you going to get donuts? The warehouse? Is someone there? Gasp. Hey! The next generation Generation legend, stand tall galactic hero. The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall, just like always. And I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's count kind of sucks, huh? Toko and Bayukuya still refuse to show up. And I haven't seen Miss Asahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Oh.
That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is so full of energy. Fumi, you are not allowed to name any more chapters. No one cares.
So then.
So it's just the 7 of us then. Looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang. And Taka's just
Impossible.
a shell. Or not? Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. The two of them became so close that he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then, having to watch Mondo get punished, and nothing he could do about it, I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
Well...
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. Oh, now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along, and live here together in peace. Taka's taking it well, all things considered. He didn't sit and rot in bed all day. This is true. But he's also just a shell of his former self, so... He's gonna need some therapy at some point. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well...
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence? As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, is our current situation not... Demon Angel, pretty pudgy princess.
Huh?
Huh?
Here we go.
Maggie, the drill shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon, Catgirl, Dog Boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King. And they need vitamin D, yeah. What I mean is there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind puts such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Celeste has lacked sunshine for a while. Something tells me most of that is makeup. Though Celeste never cared for the sun anyway as a goth, yeah. Okay, well, anyway, since Taka's like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So, we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right,
Well, I
right?
mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be new places for us to investigate.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me and so I appeared.
What? Nobody called for you. What the? How come it's Genocide Chill and not Toko?
Yes!
God, this place is just amazing! Finally, a place I can just be my murderous self. Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy the stereotype. You know, I'm surprised the mole didn't know who the 16th student was, considering they were hired by the mastermind. Well, I mean, I'm not really surprised. The mastermind probably is like, you know, kind of quarantined away the knowledge of who the 16th student is. So I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them off. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. Shut up, shark. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after our much-needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Alright. So that is going to be... The plot twist is Miss Jill was the 16th student as Hopesty considers alter egos as separate people. Well, to be fair, Genocide Jill is in fact a separate person. They just both share Toko, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so let me toss down a save, because it is... You're gonna... There we go. It was like, no, I'm not going to control her today. By that logic, Deadpool is 3 students. I wonder if she ever killed someone while the school was active? I don't see why not, to be perfectly honest. Alright, so let's get this sorted. Alright, so it is after 8 o'clock. So I am going to go get some food, and that is going to be the end of the stream for today. So we actually managed to get through the entire second chapter today. Well, not the entire chapter. We got through the entire investigation, got through the entire class trial. I'm actually impressed that well, a little surprised and a little impressed that it took 4 hours to do that, to be perfectly fair. So that went very well. But yeah, so next week is going to be more Danganronpa. We are going to be picking up with that on Monday. And then it is getting close to the beginning of my semester for school. So Friday, we're probably getting rid of the Friday stream, just so I can focus on like classwork and stuff. So starting next week, we are going to be doing Monday, Thursday. Same time, probably same length as normal. So from 4 p.m. Eastern Standard to about 8. And then going from there. If I decide that I want to change the schedule more, I will let you guys know. But that is what it is currently looking like. But yeah, so I hope y'all had a good time. I know I had a good time, despite, you know, Danganronpa showing its age. Sucks to have school. I know, right? But yeah, so I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, and hope you have a good weekend. See folks next week. Take care. Bye.